Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Donna Just Being Real. My channel is all about dating, love, relationships, toxic relationship advice channel. Yes, we're getting back into it. This is the anniversary. It was a year ago that this sewer rat was found guilty. He'll be spending the rest of his life in prison. This monster took his mother's vehicle and ran through a family and killed several people, injured people, and also caused trauma to a lot of people. This is really sad. It's a real sad thing. And he went to trial. And he basically turned into like a clown show. Yes, a clown show. He's a clown. He's a clown. All right, so we're going to watch a couple of clips. And I might be doing two more parts. This is the anniversary. Let's do it all up. All right, so we're going to watch some trial clips. And then in part two, I'm going to probably focus on the girlfriend, Erica Patterson, that he blames is the reason why he took his mama's car, went to the video, went to the parade. Everything was Erica. See, this is how these narcissistic sociopaths are. They always want to blame on somebody else, but they don't want to take the blame for themselves that they never did wrong. So that would probably be part two. Then part three, we're going to get into the name Mama and Grandma. Yes. But we're going to focus on some tips right now. What you do is you make sure you hit the like, share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And also share me out on your social media. Share your thoughts, share it out on social media, and all right, so I got to set up here. And if you need to reach out to me, look inside the description and you will find my email address. And you can email me if you have a viewers request, anything like that, we can go from there. All right, so let's get into this clown show. Clown show number one, we're going to watch now. It's the green video. This clown right here. After he took the vehicle, he's running around thinking he's going to get away with it. And goes over to someone's house and they made him a nice sandwich. That guy was really bold. Let a stranger come to the house. I bet you Darrell Brooks is thinking about that sandwich now. All right, let's get into this squirrel round. Don't forget, hit the like.
Objection.
Overruled.
It's a feature of Ring. I didn't add that yet.
And to your knowledge, does that timestamp appear to be accurate?
Objection.
Overruled.
Speculative.
Yes, that is accurate.
For the record, the objection was overruled.
This is a 20-second clip. I'm going to ask that we play it once with audio.
Hey, I called an Uber and I'm supposed to be waiting for it over here, but I don't know when it's coming. Can you call it for me, please? I'm homeless.
If we pull that back up.
I see you, good karma. I see you, and blessings everyone.
Thank you. And just for those of us with not the greatest eyesight, would you mind reading that timestamp on the bottom right hand at the beginning of this exhibit?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
Yeah, it says November 21st, 2021, and the timestamp says 17:01, so 5:01 p.m.
The voice we heard in that exhibit that we just played, whose voice is that?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
Objection.
You may answer, sir.
It's Mr. Brooks's voice.
It's not yours.
No.
Okay. Your Honor, I ask that Mr. Brooks please be instructed to remove his face mask momentarily.
Sir, would you please remove your face mask and face the witness?
Was that a question of?
The state's asked there, sir, please remove your face mask and face the witness.
I'm confused. You made a statement about voice.
The question's been asked and answered. Please remove your mask.
What was the question?
Please remove your mask and face the witness.
Mr. Ryder, do you see the person depicted in exhibit number 75 in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you identify him for us by telling us where he's sitting and what he's wearing?
He's sitting at the table right there wearing a black suit and a gray striped tie.
As the record reflect that the witness has identified Mr. Brooks.
The record will reflect that the witness has identified the defendant as the person depicted in this video and the person who was on his porch on November 21.
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name for the record.
Go ahead, your next question, please.
Thank you. What happened in the moments after this video, the 20 seconds that were captured?
So he was on my porch for, I don't know exactly, a minute maybe, and he was telling me the interaction, or he was telling me that he needed to use my phone to let his Uber know where to pick him up, and that he was homeless and cold, and he said he didn't have any weapons or anything on him, and he lifted his shirt real quick. I was like, no, that's okay. You can use my phone, and I let him come inside and warm up.
You said I sound like Charlie Brown. Lord have mercy. But does things sound better now? Hopefully this thing is not acting up. Let me know, Melvie and everybody else. How do I sound? How do I sound? And did I just see who just creeped through the back door? I was going to contact you too. I see you, Rusty. And hugs and kisses to you. Hello, lovely Donna. It's been a few 24. You always got something to say. All right. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you. Mod on deck. Let's get back to it. This is the anniversary of Sewer Rat Clown Show.
I just tend to believe people, and I'm from a small town, and we had people that need help all the time. We live right off a highway, so I'm used to, didn't faze me too much. I mean, I was nervous for sure, but I was like, yeah, I can use my phone. And he made it sound like the Uber was going to be here just any second, just needed to know where to pick him up. So I said, yeah, you can come and warm up while you wait for the Uber. And I let him sit on the couch right by the window out front. I said, you can look out here, wait for your Uber. And he's on the phone most of the time after that with his mom. And he's saying, the address 553 Elizabeth Street is where it needs to come, and how far away is it, kind of things like that. But okay, I guess is that what you're wondering? Or
let me back up.
Yeah.
You made a motion with your hands there regarding what Mr. Brooks said about not being armed. You do that again, just for anybody who missed it.
Objection. I don't know. Not consent to being called that name.
Go ahead.
Again, for the record.
Yeah, so I don't remember exactly what the motion was. I remember him saying he didn't have any weapons and he's not dangerous. And I think he lifted his shirt really quickly. But then I was like, don't worry, I'm not worried about that. And so I didn't. It's not like I patted him down or anything like that.
Okay. Did you let him in the front door that would be right next to your video doorbell?
I actually.
Oh,
I can rephrase.
go ahead, rephrase.
What door did you let
Who's
Mr. Brooks in your home?
I let him in the back
I
door.
don't consent to being called that name.
Overruled. Go ahead, you may answer.
Yeah, the back door.
So he went around the side of the house to get to the back door?
That's right.
What happened when he got to the back door?
I don't remember exactly. I remember letting him in. Well, I remember, so I just got back hunting. So I asked him to go through the back door so I could make sure I didn't have any weapons laying around. And so after that was good, then I let him in the back door. Well, just to give me a second to make sure nothing was tempting or anything. But I let him in the back door. And I think I gave him a coat right away and then gave him my phone and then told him where to sit down. And when I told him to sit in the spot, he didn't move or anything. He stayed right there and listened to me.
What else did you give him?
I gave him a sandwich because he said he was homeless. And I said, I can get you some slippers to put on your feet to warm your feet up.
You remember? Oh, yeah. Everybody remembers this guy's house he was at. He gave him some slippers and a sandwich. I know Sir Rat's thinking about that sandwich. And tonight our co-host is the real Jack Newtown. Resume.
I never did end up giving him slippers. But yeah, so I gave him a jacket to wear while he was at my house. I gave him a spot to sit and wait for the Uber and a sandwich.
You testified earlier that he was on the phone with his mom. How do you know that?
Objection. Respectfully to you.
Overruled.
A few reasons. I heard him say mama a lot, and his mother called me, and I didn't answer. But his mom called and left the voicemail after the fact, confirming it.
Whose phone was he using while he was inside your house?
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled.
He's using my personal cell phone.
How would you describe his demeanor as he was inside your house?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
I would say flustered, but also there were many times he was thanking me, and so he was grateful, and he even said, "Thank you so much for showing me love, man." And he was calling me bro, and so it wasn't. I guess that didn't make me feel like I was in any danger at the moment.
Did Mr. Brooks leave your home at some point?
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name.
Overruled. You may answer.
I'm sorry. I lost train of thought. Can you say it again?
Did he leave your home at some point?
Yeah, he left when I asked him to. So he was in my house for 8 or 9 minutes, and then I was standing on the front door looking outside because I was getting a little nervous because I thought the Uber would be there in a minute or two, not 10. And so after 8 or 9 minutes, I'm looking around outside and I see a police car drive by, and then I see another one coming down the street. And so I tell him, I say, hey, we don't get a lot of police traffic on this street, and I'm getting nervous, and this is just too weird of a situation. You're fine to wait for your Uber, but you need to do it outside of my house. And he was a little bit like, oh, no, it's okay. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. And I said, no, you need to leave. And then he listened and got up. And I've got video footage of that, of me escorting him outside of my house. He's still on the phone, and he still got my jacket on. But I just said, you need to leave. Do you want me to say, I mean, do you want me to keep going? Or?
I just want you to answer my question. So,
okay, yeah.
Let's pause there, though.
Sure.
And show for the witness only, please. Exhibit number 77. Was We'll play a few seconds of this without any audio, and actually, to save time authenticating, Your Honor, I think we'll do this with the remaining 3 videos we have.
Go ahead. So this
So-
is
77, yep.
77. All right, thank you.
Play a few seconds, please, without, yeah. Okay, we played 4 seconds from Exhibit 77. Do you recognize that clip?
I do.
And what is that?
It was Mr. Brooks walking out first with a jacket on, and me in a long sleeve shirt, a gray shirt, walking out behind him.
Can we show for the witness only, please, Exhibit 78?
Go ahead.
We'll play the first couple of seconds of this one, too. Okay. We played the first 8 seconds of that. Did you recognize that clip?
Yes.
What does that show?
That shows Mr. Brooks after I had him leave and get my phone and jacket. He was outside, and then him asking to come back inside because he said he left his ID inside my house. And that was on the audio, but that sounded like he had the audio off for that.
And we'll show you 79 now without any audio as well, just for the witness. Okay. We played 8 seconds of Exhibit 79. Do you recognize that video?
Yep.
What does it show?
It shows an officer on my porch after the suspect was put into cuffs, asking if I knew who the suspect was.
Are Exhibits 77, 78, and 79 accurate depictions of your porch that night?
Yes.
Overruled. His answer may stand.
Move Exhibits 77, 78, and 79 into evidence and ask to publish all 3, please.
Objection.
The objection is noted as to all 3. It is overruled. Exhibits 77, 78, and 79 are received. Permission to publish. All 3 are granted.
Okay, 77 is up now for everybody. It's a 21-second clip. We're going to play it once with audio,
Before you do
please.
that, can we just confirm it's in the jury box? Not yet. Okay. Let me know.
What are you reading? What are you looking at? Look at those stupid, ugly tattoos on his hands. You see it right there? Look at that. Annoying. So glad you'll never be able to walk this earth again. Y'all let me know. Do y'all hear me clearly? Just want to make sure.
Mr. Ryder, could you read the time and date stamp for us on the bottom right-hand corner?
Objection, relevancy.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's November 21st, 2021, 17:10, so 5:10 p.m.
Okay, we've got it up for the jurors. Let's play this once with audio. Do you see yourself in that video?
Yes,
What are you wearing in the video?
a gray shirt,
Overruled.
a gray shirt.
Did you hear the wind in that video?
Yes.
What do you recall being said in that portion of the video?
Objection, leading.
Overruled.
I'm walking Mr. Brooks outside of my house, and my neighbor, Greg, says, "Are you guys looking for that guy?" And I had no idea of anything at this point. And so I say, "I don't know. This might be him." You can hear that in the audio. I don't know if anybody's able to distinguish that, but that's what was said. And then Mr. Brooks says, no. And then I say, "Can I have my phone, please?" And then after that, I say, "Can I have my jacket, please?"
Did he provide those items to you?
He did.
Can we put up for the jury, please, Exhibit 78? This is a 20-second clip. We will play it once with audio, please.
My ID. My ID.
Mr. Ryder, what happened during that video clip?
Objection, leading.
Overruled.
Mr. Brooks, or I should say the suspect, came to my door, asked to come back inside to look for his ID. I said, "No, I'll look for it. You stay out there." And I was looking underneath the couch and everywhere that he sat for his ID when I hear the police officers saying, "Put your hands up." And
Did you ever find that person's ID?
no,
Did that person leave anything else inside of your house?
no,
Flip-flops?
No.
Sweatshirt?
nothing.
Objection, leading.
Sustained as to the form of the question. Please rephrase that last question.
What, if anything else, did that suspect leave in your house?
I don't.
Objection, leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
I didn't find anything left in my house.
Can we please show for the jury Exhibit 79? This is a 19-second clip. We will play it once with audio.
26, I'm gonna block over 26. Hey, do you know this guy? Absolutely not. Okay.
We paused at 18 seconds. That's the police officer you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you, just for the record, read for us the time and date stamp on the bottom right-hand corner here at the 18-second mark of exhibit number 79?
Yeah, it's November 21st, 2021, and the time is 17:12:59, so 5:12 p.m.
The video is a little bit blurry. Do you know where Mr. Brooks is at this point?
Objection leading, and I do not consent to being called that name.
Overruled, the objection's noted. You may answer the question.
Yeah, the suspect is on the east side of my walkway, on the northeast side of my house, in my yard. If you see where those two police officer heads are, the suspect is on the grass right there.
That's all I have for this witness. Thank you.
All right, any cross?
Yes. Just one second. Okay.
Will you be needing any of those videos to back up at any time?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
This clown. Thank you, y'all. You said I still sound good? I hope, 'cause I just changed the settings, so hopefully I sound right. This clown. Just give me one moment. Oh, please. All right. We're going to get into the next one. All right. Let me show the next clip. Okay, we got another clip here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this clip we're going to get into the interrogation. Oh, I'm in so much pain. I'm in so much pain. Yeah, All right, let's get it. Don't forget, hit the like.
You left Stephanie's.
It was still daytime.
It was still daytime?
Yes.
Okay. Were there still a lot of people out?
It was still people out.
Okay.
It was still people out. Not a lot in that area. By the park, it was a lot of people out.
Okay.
Like I said, it looked like something was, I don't know what the hell. But it was a lot of people out. And it was, like I said, it was people, it was older couples walking down the street. It was younger people walking down the street. People
Was it like an event or something was going on?
I don't know, but it kind of seemed like it was a lot, like it was something going on to where it was vibrant, because there was a lot of people everywhere.
Walking up and down the street.
Everywhere. It's people. That's what I'm saying, like,
All today, I kept thinking about this sewer rat, and all I could hear was clown music, circus music. Thank you, 603. Thank everybody for being here. And I see my girl, Nikki. All is well on my end, and I hope all is well on you. Mod on deck. All right, what Melvia says here. Has anyone been to a parade since sewer rat went crazy last year? I'm not really too much into parades. I don't like all those crowds all bunched up together because you never know what's going to happen. Yep, like what sewer rat did, unfortunately. I feel so sorry for all the kids, the people that was out there, they're traumatized from this. Even though the people that didn't actually get hit by the vehicle or got physically hurt, mentally, they messed up. And he thinks nothing of it. All right, back to the interrogation. Sewer rat.
if I got into a fight with her right there, it would be impossible for somebody to not be like, hey, this guy's fighting this chick or whatever the case may be. Like, how could somebody not see something?
How long was it between leaving Stephanie's and those cops yelling at you at the door of that guy's house?
Was it dark when they yelled at you?
Yeah, by the time they came, it was dark.
Okay.
But we had been sitting out there. We had been sitting out there for a minute, me and the guy. We were sitting right there on the porch. We were just sitting there.
Define how long, estimate.
Maybe 20, 30 minutes, maybe. Okay. It wasn't long, but it was long enough for, like I said, he let me use his phone. We sat on the porch. We were sitting right there, just like this, just sitting on the porch. Well, I called me an Uber. I called the Uber. I said, look, man, I let him know. I said, look, I ain't trying to rob you or nothing like that. Because when I knocked on the door, he kind of was like, whoa. I'm like, look, I don't got no weapons. I'm not trying to break in your house. I'm not trying to rob you. Nothing like that, dog. I just need to call an Uber. That's it. I'm not, he was just like, okay. I come out, boom. I need an Uber to, what's your address? He told me the address. And we was just sitting there waiting. That's how I was going to get back home. I told him, I said, I got the money on my card. I'm not asking you for no money. I just need to use your phone. That's it. That was it. That was all. And then from there, we sat on the porch and just shot the shit out.
I'm saying, you told me last night he was cool with that. Like, he wasn't,
Yeah,
he wasn't being weird. He wasn't.
I can't believe it too, Nikki. Time has went by so fast. But time is not going to go fast for you, sewer rat in prison. I know you're going to be doing a lot of people's laundry, if you know what I'm saying. Reason.
He was like, oh, yeah, I'll help you out.
Yep, we just sat there on the porch. And he did ask me, he said, do you need a jacket? I said, no, I'm straight. Like, I'll be home as soon as the Uber come. I know it's probably going to cost me probably like $40 to get from me. I'm guessing. I don't know, but probably. But I had enough on my card to where I knew I can get home. And that was the main thing. I'm like, I'm just going home. She can keep the money or whatever. I didn't even try to contact her further. I just was like, I'm going. I'm calling this Uber and I'm going home. That's it.
Let me ask you this, Darrell. So you weren't out in Waukesha Saturday, just Sunday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nothing physical yesterday. Like I told you, you're a part in the investigation. There's a lot of parts, right? In the investigation, there's people we talk. Well, this domestic abuse thing I'm telling you about, right? Okay.
So wait.
Hold on. Let me
go. I'm sorry. I just had a question. But
You talked about being a religious man, right?
I could do better. I could definitely do better.
We all could.
I'm not.
We all could.
No,
That's why.
Yesterday was a mistake. I should have just freaking watched the game and just fucking went home.
Right.
Because.
And that's the thing. What do they teach us in Christianity, Darrell? That they teach us that we're broken, right? We're sinners. Even when we're born sinners. We're broken. That's why
Psalm
we're
51,
so
17.
thankful for God's grace and forgiveness, right? When we ask for it, even though we don't deserve it, but when we ask for it, He gives it. All right. You're a father. You got 3 children, 18, 14, and 7.
Yes, sir.
All right. You got a mama that raised you well, and a God you believe in.
Absolutely.
Right, and all of them are, here's the thing they'll all want, is to tell that you're telling the absolute whole truth and nothing but the truth, right?
Absolutely.
So help you God, right?
Absolutely.
Sound familiar? We've all heard that, right? And I just have concerns if I fact check that Darrell's not telling me the truth. You don't have a car, so Marcus had to bring you out. You don't own a car, your mom doesn't own a car, right? So Marcus had to bring you out. So why did we find you with a car key in your pocket?
It wasn't in my pocket. I don't even know where they said that was laying on the ground.
That's yours.
Yeah. It should have been by my ID.
Yeah, it's yours. It's your car key, okay? Because it goes to Ford Escape in your mom's name covered in Waukesha. Okay. Listen, Darrell. I'm trying to be as open and honest with you as I can be. I'm Christian too, and believe me, I'm not perfect. And neither are you. And I'm not calling you a terrible man. I'm not saying you were out yesterday hunting, and just let me finish. But you did not walk to that house. You did not walk to that house. You did not come here in a tan Kia. You didn't.
And who?
You did not come out here in a tan Kia. Okay? You've got a key in your pocket to a car, your mom's name. Okay? And that key works for that car. For the love of God, Marcus. For yourself, for your family. You know what happened yesterday. For the people. Tell me what happened.
With what?
With the car.
What am I being
with your mom's car? You're driving goofy. People called you in. You drove out of there in your mom's car, the red car. You're driving a little silly, probably because you're pissed. You met up with Erica in the car at the park. Now, initially, I believe you told us the gas station. Do I have that right? And then you changed it to the park. So that's an
No, I said the house was by the gas station. When you said what was by.
You said you went and it was by a gas station. That's where you met her.
No. I said I met her at the park.
Okay.
At a creek.
You met her.
You said.
You met her at the park in your mom's car, a red Ford Escape. She got in. You talked, and what you're telling me seems pretty consistent that there was nothing physical between the two of you.
No, I didn't. No.
But you met her in the car.
I didn't put my hands on her. Nothing.
But you met her in the car.
What's going on, man?
Asking you a question. You were out there
Just tell
driving
me
kind
what's
of crazy.
going on.
Some people said you were driving kind of crazy. We got reports of it. You got the key, you got the car. Did you take the car or did your mom?
What Marlene says, tell the truth. This clown will never tell the truth. Never. Sociopath, narcissist, borderline personality, the whole cluster B personality. They all about lies. Lies. Back to the clown show.
Give you the car. I know you know what car I'm talking about.
I just want to know. So
Some people
Now,
reported,
listen,
all those
okay,
people
no,
out there
no.
reported that car driving a bit erratic.
I know what you're saying. All I'm saying is this. We all been straight up with each other. You knew it was more to what you was asking me yesterday.
Didn't know
That
for
would
sure.
explain the FBI and all that, right?
They're not here today. So if it's that big a deal, you don't see them here today.
Come on, Kurt. Hey, we've been
You guys met in the car, in the park?
We've been cool,
That's all.
man, the whole time. If I did something
Yeah,
wrong,
that's why they were
serious-
here. But do you see them here today? They're not here today.
yeah, but y'all lied to me, man. You made it seem like they just come for no reason.
Well, here's the thing, Darrell.
And I'm like, what if it's
Listen to
that?
me for a minute.
I apologize.
I can give you a clean slate here.
I apologize.
Because you have lied to us as well. Because you came out here in the red Ford Escape. Okay, that is what you came out here in. You had the key. All right? So what I want to do is try to give us all a chance to reset. You understand what I'm saying? Start over. Because you're not giving us an accurate story. You didn't ride out with Marcus in a tan car. You said your mom doesn't have a car. I just told you you've disproven that. All right? I don't know what kind of woman she is. I don't know what you all been through. But you were seen in the car driving kind of acting a fool. Okay? In basically the same area that you've already been able to describe to me. I'm just trying to figure out how and why it happened. What made you tear out of there? What made you so mad where you're like, fuck it, and you raced on out of there? And then people go, man, he's driving around here kind of fast.
Star, I just saw your comment. I don't know why you're not able to type through here. I did see something here you had typed before. Over here, Star, it came up something you typed. I don't know what's happening. All right, try again. Let's get back to it.
All I want to know, like I said, y'all been cool with me. Am I charged with anything? That's all I want to know. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Right now,
Listen.
you were driving a bit
So,
reckless.
listen,
Might be known to be lying.
listen. No, I don't drink.
You said you had a couple cold ones during the game.
No, yeah, but I'm saying the hard alcohol is not my thing. I was not drunk when you did the.
Listen.
Jennifer Doro's background as both a prosecutor and
Okay, so sorry, I didn't mean to show this video. Just pause while I change to the next clip. All right, we got another clip. Let's get it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I don't have any other questions.
All right, sir. Mr. Brooks, do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes, I do, and I object to being called that name for the record. Do you recall giving a statement to Officer Probst? I don't know his name, but
I've talked to an officer.
And you did talk to an officer that night?
I talked to an officer on the phone. I did not talk to an officer that night. I mean, on the phone I did, but not in person.
So it was a conversation on the non-emergency line. Would that be fair to say?
It was on the non-emergency line. I actually confirmed it after I called to make sure I was on the non-emergency line.
Do you recall the description that you gave at that time?
I do. Well, my best of my knowledge was that you were either black, Latino,
Who's you?
or mixed.
Who's you?
Hold on, you have to let him answer the question first before you interrupt him with another one. Go ahead with the description you provided that night.
I said that the individual was either black, mixed, or Latino.
So it'd be fair to say you didn't know at the time?
I was giving a general description.
So it'd be fair to say that you weren't sure?
I was positive it was you.
Who's you?
You. I'm looking at you.
Just look at him, just a clown. This with these questions. I'm looking at you. You did it. You nut.
And how did you come to that conclusion, the you conclusion?
I'm looking at you.
How did you come to that conclusion? Did you?
What conclusion? Can you restate the question?
You're saying that you gave a description.
I see you, Star.
On the non-emergency phone line, correct?
It was on the non-emergency line.
So it would be fair to say at that time you had no name or knowledge of who the person was in your backyard. Would that be fair to say?
I had no idea.
Susie Q, you never seen this circus show? I did a lot of commentary. You can check out some of my past commentary. I'm gonna make a playlist of all of Sewer Rat. You never did see. So this dude represent. Oh yeah, he represented himself and he showed himself through this whole court. Oh yes, he did. I'm gonna try to do a 3-part on this because there's a lot of this anniversary. But right now we're just watching some clips, and then the next one I'm gonna probably focus on Erica Patterson, how he was gaslighting her in the stand. And then I'm going to also focus on Mama and Grandma. That'll be on together. So it'll be 2 parts on this one. Yes, a lot to cover on this one. Yeah, 603 said, Susie, he thinks that he's representing himself. Yeah, a fool. Think he's just a fool. A fool. Return. Back to the clown show.
No idea who you were.
And so how can you say how can you say you then if you had no idea?
I'm looking at you. You were the guy.
And how did you come to that conclusion?
You and I were standing in the same yard looking at each other.
So, is it possible you saw something on the news?
No, I had no idea who you were.
Interesting. Do you recall giving a description of approximately 5'9" and 160 pounds?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, or would that be accurate?
I didn't have a tape measure out. It was just a guesstimate.
Would it be fair to say that since you keep identifying me as you, would it be fair to say that I'm not 5'9" nor 160 pounds?
Do you have your shoes on or off right now?
I will say you are not no 5'9". You look like about a 5'3", 5'4". Resume.
Would it be fair to say that I'm not 5'9", 160 pounds?
If you take your shoes off and step out of them, they could have a better.
I'm not going to have them do that, but if you're able to answer the question, do you agree?
I'd have to be standing next to him. That's what I made my judgment from. We were about 2 feet from each other.
Does it look like I'm 5'9"?
I don't know. We were a lot closer.
Does it look like I'm 160 pounds?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant as to his appearance today, just like his hair isn't in dreadlocks today.
Objection.
Question.
I like prosecuting. Just like I said, today your hair is not in dreadlocks, right? Just a fool. A fool. All right. Give me a second. Let me go find another one.
I would like to bring the jury out. But of course, Mr. Brooks, I need to turn to you first and see if there's any issues you believe the court should address.
Very briefly, I just want to state this for the record that I would like to issue the court an apology from me.
Oh, Surat wants to apologize for his behavior in court. Oh, pull out the violins.
In regards to my actions last week during the trial, I just want the court to understand it's very emotional right now, not only for just the whole situation of the trial, the families here that have to go through, everything that's going to be involved with the trial, but also my family as well and myself. It's very, very emotional, but not to excuse my actions, I should carry myself with better respect than that. I wasn't raised that way. And I owe you, Your Honor, in the court an apology, and I want to stand up as a man and tell the whole court and you, Your Honor, that I apologize to the bailiffs, that I apologize for my actions. Like I said, that's not how I was raised. I come from a Christian background. My mother did not raise me that way. She did not raise me.
I'm sorry, Surat. As watching this trial, what I've learned from your mama and your grandma and what you've done to Erica Patterson and your nephew, your deceased twin sister, son, what you should have been stepping up to the plate as an uncle and a father, because obviously, these are my thoughts and opinions, the father must not be too much in the picture because your nephew was living with your mother. Okay? And you got the nerves to pull out a gun on him and shoot at him? Talking about your mother didn't raise you that way. And your mother's nothing but an enabler, and your grandmother's an enabler. That's why you turned out the way you did. Resume.
To act out of frustration and irritation and anger. And I just wanted everybody to know that I apologize for my actions. And I'm going to try my best to, whatever happens, to conduct myself with respect and with respect to the court. And I just wanted y'all to know that the prosecution, judge, bailiffs, clerks, reporters, everybody, the audience, everybody here. I just wanted y'all to know that.
Thank you, Mr. Brooks. I do appreciate that. Understandably so. This is an emotional experience, I think, for everyone involved. And I appreciate that you, upon reflection, have realized that courtesy and decorum are an important part of a court proceeding. I know that despite you being emotional at times and not being an attorney, you certainly, you're clearly paying attention. You've made some very salient points throughout the last few days. I think you're settling in quite well, and we're going to keep this trial going. And
I have to give this judge credit. I just couldn't do it. There's no way I'm gonna go through law school for so many years and pay so much money and have to go through the bar and then make my way to a judge, and I'm gonna let this piece of Surat come and disrupt my courtroom with his shenanigans? No, it's just not happening. Just not happening. All right, let's get back to it. But I guess she had an agenda, wanted to make sure this was sealed and he never walks the streets again. But there's no way. There's too much evidence. How is he going to walk the streets again? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. Don't work in the courtroom, so I don't know. Resume.
I know you said earlier, and I just want to make a record of this because it's really important that I do this, sir. You've mentioned repeatedly about your hearing. I know you don't have the headphones on now. We'll give them to you just based on what I've observed this morning and how you've responded to things that have been said. I think you're hearing us. But if we haven't made the headphones available, we got to make sure we do that every single day so that if you need them. But I do appreciate everything that you've said. And I know we have Detective Casey, who will bring up momentarily for your cross-examination, just so everyone is aware. It's my practice when there's a second day to also put the witness under oath again. So he'll at least be sitting up there when the jury comes in, and then I'll have Teresa put him under oath again.
Really quick.
Go ahead.
I don't want you to get mad with me, but I have to say it on the record. Will you be addressing my filings about the subject matter jurisdiction of the court?
See what sociopaths and narcissists do. See, right now, I really want to set these videos in order. I kind of start off in orders, but it didn't. But don't worry, we just catch the clips. But now he's trying to be all humble and nice and apologize. They only apologize when they realize the crap has done hit the pan, and they just try and do anything they can to get out this situation. But it's not going to happen. No matter how much you apologize to the court, to the jury, to the prosecution, whatever, it's not going to happen. You're disrespectful. Then what did he do? He apologized and he does it again. See, this is how these narcs, these toxic people act. It's all an act. It's a mask. They have so many different masks. They wear so many different hats. And this is how they fool you. And he trying to be all humble and nice and, I apologize for my actions or how I act in court. Get out of here. You're not sorry. You're just in panic mode right now. All right, back to the circus.
I have addressed them previously, perhaps not to your satisfaction. I understand your objections. They're noted, and my previous rulings stand.
Would it be proven?
Sir, my previous rulings stand. That's how I'm going to address that, okay? All right, with that, we'll have the jury.
Okay, we're going on to the next clip.
Be seated. Mr. Brooks, before I have you question this witness any further, it sounds like to me that you are attempting to offer through this witness the statements made by Mr. Lascano. If that is what you are trying to do, you may not do that. You will have to call Mr. Lascano as a witness if you so choose, if he's on your witness list. But that your questions are seeking to elicit hearsay from this witness. That's why I had the jury removed so I could explain my ruling and why I'm going to direct you not to ask this witness questions about what Mr. Lascano may or may not have said.
I'm reading directly from his report.
That would be double hearsay then, because it's not you need Mr. Lascano here to say what he told this officer. If you are attempting to offer it for the truth of the matter asserted, which is what I believe you are doing, you're attempting to establish the veracity of something Mr. Lascano either said or didn't say through another witness. That is hearsay.
So it's not hearsay for the prosecutor to bring up.
I'm not going to talk about other rulings. There's been an objection by the state, and I'm sustaining the objection, and I'm directing you not to ask this witness questions that would call for this witness to say what Mr. Lascano said. That is hearsay. That is textbook hearsay, Mr. Brooks.
Then I don't think it's fair for me to object to hearsay from the prosecution about along the lines of the same type of thing.
I'm not going to have a debate on what may have come in previously. I know you've made a number of hearsay objections, many of which the answers that were being provided were not hearsay. But I would direct your attention to 908.01 of the Wisconsin statutes. You have that book in front of you that I provided to you a number of days ago at the beginning of this trial or near the beginning of this trial. There's the definitional section of the statutes, which defines hearsay. It also, and then if you go on to 908.02, that's obviously one you may want to look at as well. And then 908.03 has the exception. So unless you can give me an exception, sir, as to why this witness should be allowed to answer those questions, I'm going to, again, directly
from his report, the report that he wrote. Nothing is coming from. I'm reading directly from his report. That's what I
doesn't change the fact that it's hearsay.
You said what?
That doesn't change the fact that it's hearsay.
So
that
his
actually
report
creates
is
another
hearsay?
level of hearsay. It's an out-of-court statement.
So
not this witness made, but what another witness made. So you have to.
So I can't read from his report that he wrote.
You can't ask.
These type of toxic people, Nikki, they can't plead guilty. You know what I'm saying? They just have to, how you say, they want to be in control of everything. So his whole thing, he knows in his heart, he knows there's no way, there's too much evidence that's stacked against him that he's going to get off. But you know what? I'm going to have this clown show and enjoy myself. I'm going to gaslight the prosecution. I'm going to gaslight the judge. And I'm going to gaslight the jury. That's what it's all about. It's all about control. They will go to their grave and never tell the truth. And it's sad and it's disgusting. But this is how they are. But, you know, he had his little show. But the show is over. The fat lady sang, so everybody go home.
Ask this witness questions that call for a hearsay answer unless there's no objection from the state. Or you can convince me there's an exception to the hearsay rule that applies. Do you have an exception you'd like to offer to the court?
So I might as well not read the report that he wrote then if I can't question him about the report that he wrote.
That's your misunderstanding, sir, what is hearsay. And all I can tell you is I'm sustaining the objection. I'm going to bring the jury back out, and we'll go from there.
Wait a minute, Joshua, what are you saying to me? I live in New York shelter on October the 7th. I'm homeless so that I can look for a new place soon. Everybody's in here. Please put up some prayer hands, please, for him. And I will definitely pray for you that things turn around and get better for you. I'm so sorry to hear that. I am so sorry. I do not like to hear nobody homeless or children starving. Oh my gosh. Everybody, please put up some prayer hands for him. All right, let's resume. I'm so sorry, Joshua, to hear that. Resume.
All right, Madam Clerk, bring the jury out, please.
Clear bias. Clear bias.
Mr. Brooks, I understand you may disagree with
or agree to
the...
being called that name. For the record, again, I'm here as a third-party intervener on behalf of my client. I don't know why that's not understood by now. So I guess I can't bring up the plaintiff either, huh? Like an agreement.
All right.
Did you see that evil look he just gave prosecution with his eyes? You darn fool. I don't see enough prayer hands. I need some more prayer hands. Just throw them out. Throw them out. This channel is also a praying channel, okay? We pray over here for everybody. We pray for one another. Resume.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Continue with your questions, sir.
I got a trail.
All right, thank you.
So we're not going to address the civil matter?
No.
I was told to pay for something under a civil statute.
Mr. Brooks, I am not the custodian. Bring it up with the clerk of court.
How
Not
can I bring it
addressing
up with the clerk of court? How am I supposed to do that? So that makes me wonder if it's a
Mr.
civil
Brooks,
case.
the jury's coming out. I'm not going to address your request for open records. I'm not the custodian of the records, sir.
Sued? My Sesky Trust is being sued? Civil is a
Mr.
civil
Brooks, this
matter.
is an irrelevant matter that you're attempting to bring up in the presence
If it
of the
was-
jury. The
I
record
was
should
not. I was
reflect
trying
these
to bring it up
interruptions.
before the jury came out, Your Honor.
And I
know
told
that.
you I wasn't going to address it. Please.
Okay, so it's a civil matter. Who's being sued? My Sesky Trust? Because how can I be
Mr.
sued?
Brooks, you're talking about an irrelevant matter between you and the clerk of court.
It wasn't irrelevant
So-
when I got the paperwork from the clerk of courts. I was simply
Mr.
trying to
Brooks,
address it.
I'm not going to address it. The jury will
So I'm
disregard
being
these
sued?
irrelevant
This is a civil
comments.
matter? We haven't addressed subject
All
matter
right, thank you,
jurisdiction yet at all
everyone.
either?
Please be seated. The jury will
We're not gonna
disregard the
address
statements
subject matter.
Mr. Brooks is making about subject matter.
I just want to say, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for putting out the prayer hands for Joshua. Thank you, thank you. I want to say about with this now. The judge is getting fed up. See, what used to, in the way the court used to always start, let's say it started at 9 o'clock, I'm just saying. So they come into court, they settle, then they call the jury. And every time they walk into the courtroom and start before they call the jury, Surat always have to show himself. He do. And there's certain things they don't want the jury to see or to hear. And it's just ridiculous. This is what he did all the time. I think one time he held the court for like almost 40 minutes before they start dealing with him. All right, let's get back to it. She getting mad now.
Jurisdiction, they are a misstatement of the law.
Yes. No,
all right, and
just like this is a civil case.
Mr. Brooks, the jury's here. Please
like
show respect and decorum.
According to this document, this is a
Mr. Brooks, please stop.
Which means someone is being sued. Civil is a suit.
Mr. Brooks, you're talking about an irrelevant matter. I'm starting the trial.
Of course, right here that says it's a civil matter.
Mr. Brooks has nothing to do with this case.
Trust is being sued.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So
I got the paperwork right here.
All right, I'm going to excuse the jury right now, given this disruption. I'll rise for the jury.
It should be properly addressed before.
And he knows what he's doing because he's trying to be slick and tell the jury certain things what he's not supposed to do. That's why he's doing that. He knows exactly what he's doing. Clown. Resume.
Addressed before the jury even comes out. That's why I'm trying to properly address it before we even went on the record.
Mr. Brooks, stop.
I'm not gonna. This is.
You are not being respectful to this proceeding or to this jury. No, it's not. With all due respect, stating that doesn't make it respectful.
I was given this paperwork by you,
Mr. Brooks.
Monica Paz.
Stop talking till the jury is out.
Okay,
Thank you.
So why can't we address this before they came out?
I'm not going to address it.
That was
Bottom
the time
line.
to address it, though. We're supposed to do all the addressings before the jury comes out, before we start the matter.
Please be
I was trying to
seated.
simply address paperwork that was given to me by you, Your Honor. That states
Mr. Brooks,
that
you have
this is a
interrupted
civil
me
matter.
repeatedly. You are on the verge of being removed to that courtroom. I don't want to do that.
what-
I want you to stay here.
on what
But
facts of the
you
law, Your
keep
Honor?
interrupting me and bringing up irrelevant matters. I told you yesterday, as a courtesy that was provided to you, so that you would frankly not complain that you didn't get it as quickly as possible. Okay? I am not the custodian of the records. If you have an issue with what was provided to you, how it was provided to you, then take it up with the clerk of court.
can't
But from
charge
now on, I am not going to be the messenger and give you documents that you request to the custodian of the records or from the custodian of the records. They will simply have to be delivered to you at the jail. But that is in response to your discussion or whatever we want to call it this morning. I'm not taking it up. All right? It is irrelevant.
It needed to be noted for the record.
It doesn't
Because
need
it
to be
was-
noted, sir.
You
All right?
gave
The
it to
jury's
me-
coming
you gave
back
it to me
out,
in
and I'm
open
going
court.
to warn you, if you bring this up again, I will pause and I will remove you to the next courtroom for being disrespectful, for being interruptive, for being disruptive, and for bringing up irrelevant matters in front of this jury. You will forfeit your right to be present for the direct examination of this witness.
I object to
Did
that,
you
Your Honor.
hear what I said, sir?
No, I did not. I object to that, Your Honor.
Well, you can
And-
object, and your objection is noted. But if you
For the
interrupt
record-
when this jury
for
comes
the
out,
record-
they will go. I will have them taken out again, and you will be removed to the next
For the-
courtroom.
You can't. What is the legal basis for that ruling, Your Honor?
Illinois versus Allen, sir, and all of the
And-
other cases that
and it
I've
doesn't
cited
say
previously.
anything
I'll make the appropriate record. Stop interrupting me. The jury's coming out. We're continuing with this trial despite your repeated efforts to disrupt.
That's a
Yesterday,
mischaracterization
sit
of the
down.
record.
Yesterday alone, sir, 17 interruptions, not including the opportunity that I gave you where you spent 15 minutes, okay, discussing what were primarily either irrelevant or baseless accusations and requests not based in law or fact. I was abundantly patient with you yesterday.
And you still haven't
And-
verified by proof any of what I
And
said,
none
Your
of that
Honor.
is required, sir.
Because it
And
is. You can't verify
your
any proof.
belief
Where's
that that's the
subject matter-
law
where's the subject matter
doesn't make it
jurisdiction?
so, Mr. Brooks. Your belief that these are legitimate legal positions
They are.
doesn't change the law and doesn't make it so.
It's
So,
clearly
again,
relevant because you didn't want to.
I'm going to step off and give Mr. Brooks 5 minutes to cool off, and when that
I don't
happens,
need
I'm
to
bringing
cool
the
off.
jury
I'm not
out,
angry at all.
and then we will
I just wanted
continue.
to. I don't.
Okay, we got more of this clown show. It's not over. Just give me a second while I set to the next one.
I'm reviewing this for completeness. And you have simply put on here, state of Wisconsin plaintiff, that's an entity. You have to name a person, sir. Well, the date we would fill in. So I'll have it shown to the state, and they can let me know their position on that.
Any legal basis why that would not be accepted, Your Honor?
You have to have a person named, sir, so that they can come and testify. You only have an.
Okay, this clip is Darrell Brooks calls the state of Wisconsin to testify, wants to face the accusers. See, the only reason why he wants to do that is because he wants to rub it in their face, and it's a form of gaslighting his victims. That's the only reason why he wants to face his accusers. Sicko. Resume.
Entity named.
Is it not true that under the Sixth Amendment I have the right to face my accuser?
Mr. Brooks, let me hear from the state.
Yes, Your Honor, I agree with the court's assessment. The subpoena does not state a person. The subpoena form specifically indicates that the person requesting the subpoena is to indicate the witness's name and address. Mr. Brooks has simply written the word state of Wisconsin plaintiff for the witness name. State of Wisconsin is an entity. It's not a person. The state of Wisconsin cannot.
What? 603 mass shooting last night, 20 died. I didn't hear about this one. Ooh, oh my gosh. What is happening in this world, ladies and gentlemen? What is happening? People are just going out of their mind. There's a lot of people walking around the streets, ladies and gentlemen, that's ticking time bombs. That's why you have to be careful. You know, just be careful. The people that you're around, you could be working in a place and you can have a co-worker who he just got fired and he's mad. He'll come and shoot up the whole workplace. There's a lot happening in workplaces especially. So ladies and gentlemen, be careful of your surroundings, people around you. If you can, always be close to the exit. I love being close to the exit. So if something happens, I'm getting the heck out of there. Quick, pronto, immediately. Thank you for sharing that, 603. And definitely remind me just in case if I slip and forget. But we'll do a prayer for that too. And thank you everybody for putting up your prayer hands for Joshua. We love you, Joshua. It's going to get better, Joshua. I know it might not seem like it, but just hang in there. Please, just hang in there. And Kenda, I see you, I see you, I see you. All right, let's get back to it.
Testify at these proceedings, so the subpoena should be rejected, Your Honor.
Your Honor, on the grounds that every document that was filed in this matter stated that the state of Wisconsin was the plaintiff, which would lead me to believe that the state of Wisconsin is who's bringing the claim against my client. How could they not be subpoenaed to testify if they're the plaintiff? And under the Sixth Amendment, I have the right to face my accuser. My accuser in this matter is the plaintiff, which is the state of Wisconsin. Attorney Opper also brought up that it didn't have an address on there. None of my subpoenas had addresses, as we went on the record, and that was stated that a lot of the paperwork that I have don't have a lot of the people's addresses on there, and those subpoenas were accepted. So I don't see the difference with this subpoena not being accepted for the reasons that Attorney Opper just stated.
Mr. Brooks, in relation to that subpoena, based upon my review for completeness, this court would note you have not named a person, you've named an entity, and the subpoena will be kept on file as part of the court record, but I'm not going to require the state of Wisconsin to testify in this case because they are an entity and you have not named a person.
Are they not, or are they not the plaintiff, Your Honor?
They are the plaintiff in this case, sir.
And why are they not able to testify, being that
Sir,
they?
you've named an entity, not a person. People are called to the witness stand to testify. You have had an opportunity to cross-examine every single person who has been called by the state to testify in this trial. I believe that your Sixth Amendment rights have been complied with.
Not if I'm not allowed to face my accuser, Your Honor. My accuser in this matter would be the state of Wisconsin. And with all
Sir,
due
I believe your
respect,
Sixth Amendment rights in that regard have been complied with.
I'm requesting a written judicial fact, finding of fact, and conclusion.
What case said, and blessings to you, beautiful. Hello, everyone. I see that we have another sleazeball to watch. Yep, this one here is a big clown. And Kay, did you watch this trial? Let me know. Did you happen to watch this trial too? My name for him is Surat. And the reason why, I got it from his mama, but we'll say that for another one. I'll explain why I got his name. All right, good to see you, beautiful. I'm glad to have you here. Let's get back to the clown show.
Of law on this issue, for the grounds that I just stated, it was seen based on the Sixth Amendment that I'm not being awarded the chance to face my accuser, which I should be awarded that based on the Sixth Amendment. If I'm not able to face my accuser, then how can the claim even? How can the claim be brought against my client if I'm not able to face the accuser?
So this case is a criminal case in a court of competent jurisdiction in the state of Wisconsin, Waukesha County. This case was initiated initially by the filing of a criminal complaint. Then there was a preliminary hearing where probable cause was found. After that point, there was an information that was filed.
Also, Kay, you didn't see this trial either? Kay didn't see it. Susie Q didn't see it. Ooh, y'all missed the show of your life. I've never seen such a thing in no courtroom. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And the reason why I got in tune to it, because I remember hearing about, of course, that he drove the vehicle and the trial was. And then when I heard about the girlfriend, I said, wait a minute. He has the ex-girlfriend on here to gaslight her. And I said, and he's blaming it on her. And that's when I got into the trial. I focus on more of the relationship, the dating and relationships of these trials. But I use these trials as a teaching tool. And of course, personality disorders. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So that's when I really got into the trial and I started covering it. All right, let's get back to it.
At some point, an amended complaint, perhaps even a second amended complaint, was filed as well, putting you on notice of the charges and the factual basis for those charges, along with the statutes that are alleged to have been violated. I'm not going to explain any further why you can't call the state of Wisconsin in the way that you've subpoenaed them or attempted to subpoena them for the reasons I've already stated. I understand where you might disagree with the court's ruling, but my ruling stands, and I'm not requiring the plaintiff in this case to serve that subpoena in any way for the defects I've already noted.
May I state for the record?
And I'm also not going to issue a written decision on that. The record speaks for itself.
May I state for the record, Your Honor, that I have not even seen a complaint in this matter, and the jurisdiction still has yet to be proven, which is another thing that needs to be challenged. There has not been proven that there's subject matter jurisdiction as of yet. There's no verified proof of it. There's no verified proof of even a claim, especially if I'm not allowed to face my accuser. And I don't understand how you can make that judicial decision, Your Honor, when it's clear discrepancies in the paperwork.
Because this judge is fully aware. You only want to face your accusers because you want to torture them. You want to gaslight them. You want to manipulate them. That's the only reason why you're doing this. And she knows, the judge knows, and she's trying to spare them from what they went through. And I don't blame her, but you don't care. That's why you're going to be watching somebody's laundry in prison.
This matter. Like I said, I have yet to see jurisdiction be proven. It has not been proven. I have yet to see a complaint. I have not seen that.
The court has provided you with, I believe it was the second amended criminal complaint, along with the information that was provided to you previously and noted on the record. I've already addressed your motion to dismiss previously. I'm not going to revisit that. There's no legal basis requiring me to do that, sir. The plaintiff in this matter has presented witnesses to establish venue. And again, as I've noted previously, it's a criminal case with criminal charges, with a second amended criminal complaint detailing the factual basis upon which these charges are based. We're a notice pleading state. And along with the information, you've been made aware of all of the charges and the penalties you face and the factual basis upon which the state has brought these charges. We are in the middle of trial. Your objections are noted. We will continue today with the jury trial.
For the record, may I respectfully move for interlocutory declaratory appeal on this matter, Your Honor?
Your request is noted for the record. I'm not an appellate court, sir.
For the record, may I move to stay these proceedings until this instant matter is adjudicated by a court of competent jurisdiction?
Your request is denied.
Based on what law or fact, Your Honor?
I've previously addressed the issue, sir, based on law of the case.
Are you making a judicial determination that I'm not awarded my Sixth Amendment right to face my accuser?
I'm not making any such determination here today. All right.
What law or fact?
I'm going to turn to the district attorney's office. Do you have a witness available?
Yes, we're ready to proceed, Your Honor.
All right, our jurors here. All right, the jurors will be brought out, sir.
Your Honor, with all due respect for the record, you're avoiding my questions.
Mr. Brooks, I've addressed the issues that need to be addressed this morning. I've also addressed the same issues probably every day we've been in court. I know you may be dissatisfied with the response that I'm providing to you, but my responses stand.
It's not a dissatisfaction, Your Honor. It's a lack of understanding, which I don't have. I don't even understand the true nature and cause of the charges. And
Mr. Brooks, you've been made aware of them multiple times.
I do not understand them, is what I'm saying.
I encourage you once again, if you don't understand anything, to seek the advice of an attorney.
Exactly. If you don't understand something, that's what you have attorneys for. But you such a smart butt, you think you know everything. You're so much smarter than everyone. So you got rid of your attorneys and you wanted to represent yourself. So this is what you have to do. Okay? People's not going to bend over backwards and teach you about law. It's not going to happen. You have to go to school for that. This is not what they're going to do. That's why you're able to have a attorney for free. If you can't afford one, someone will be appointed to you. But no, you didn't want to do that. You fool.
I cannot give you legal advice.
I'm not asking for that, Your Honor. I'm really asking why are my constitutional rights being prejudiced? It states under the Sixth Amendment that I have the
Sir,
right.
I've already addressed this.
Nobody's messing with your constitutional
We're not going to
rights.
have any further
That's why you was
argument
able to have
on
an
this
attorney, you
topic.
fool.
Right, your Sixth Amendment rights are being honored no differently than any other defendant that has appeared in my court.
Have any other defendant not been awarded the opportunity to face their accuser?
You are facing your accuser, sir. Every single witness who's been on this stand, you have cross-examined.
None of those witnesses are making a claim. None of those witnesses are the plaintiff. None of those witnesses are identified as the injured party. An injured party has to make the claim, Your Honor. A
So
living.
it's my opinion that your belief as it relates to that is mistaken. It's not a lawful argument, and it's frivolous. I've directed your attention once again to the Beneby decision.
Is that not a federal case, a United States?
You're asking me for legal advice. I'm not going to provide that to you, sir.
I'm just asking what kind of case it was. Was it federal Supreme Court
It's a Seventh
case?
Circuit Court of Appeals case. We're in the Seventh Circuit, sir.
But you just stated that you're not a court of appeals. But you're citing a court of
No, the
appeals
Court of
case.
Appeals case law applies to this court, sir. I'm bound.
Right now, if you're watching, he's gaslighting her. He's trying to make her go out of her mind. See, one thing I have to say about these sociopath narcissists, I'll give them credit with they will study you. They study your strengths and they study your weakness. And they know how to play you like a little puppet. And that's what he's doing now. Because he watched her during that courtroom. He watched her. He watched prosecution. He watched the jury. Their eyes is always alert to watch to see what everybody's doing so they can figure out how they can manipulate you. And this is what he's trying to do. And now with her standing up, going back and forth, the downfall about her doing that is, I can understand why she's doing because she's getting pissed off. I can completely understand. But with her doing that, you're actually giving him narcissistic supply. You're giving him energy because he's liking it, because he knows he's getting up under your skin. And that's his whole goal is. So he's loving the fact that she's standing up there, she's getting upset, she's getting impatient, so it look like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you having a bad day? Is everything all right? Maybe you need to sip some water. You know, gaslighting. That's what it's all about. Resume. Back to the clown show.
bound by legal precedent from the various courts that are above me.
And you're still not explaining how I'm not able to face my accuser, which is my Sixth Amendment constitutional right.
Sir, I'm not going to explain.
Susie Q dealing with this fool, I can understand. Need a glass of wine for this one. I know when this judge went home, I know her husband had the glass of wine sitting at the table ready for her, because he know that she went through some crap dealing with this lunatic. Oh my gosh. What a shame. Resume.
Explain the law to you. I've made my decision. It stands.
I'm not arguing that part of it, Your Honor. I'm just merely stating for the record.
Yeah, I heard the door. Okay, thank you.
I'm merely stating for the record that I should be awarded my Sixth Amendment right to face my
Your
accuser.
objection is noted, sir, once again. We'll continue this morning. Thank you.
None of the witnesses
She's not going to
that
give that
testify are the
satisfaction.
accuser. None of the witnesses that testify are the injured party, which the claim has to be made by a living, breathing human being.
Sir, I think you're confusing civil law with criminal law. That's what I'm saying.
I'm confusing. I'm not confusing any law. The Constitution says that I have the right to face my accuser. And under the Sixth Amendment, I'm not being awarded that constitutional right. I think that definitely needs to be on record, and that definitely is an issue that needs
Your
to be
objection is
raised.
noted, sir. If you believe I've erred in that regard, you can raise that issue on appeal if you are convicted.
May I put Your Honor on notice that I intend to appeal that decision?
Your statement's noted for the record.
Is that a judicial determination I will not be able to face my accuser, Your Honor?
I have not made any such determination, sir.
Will you be making a judicial determination?
Sir, I have not made any kind of determination that your Sixth Amendment rights have been violated. On the contrary, I believe this court has honored those rights.
Even with me not being able to face my accuser, which is the state of
Your
Wisconsin
position
claim.
is noted, sir.
Is
It's
that a
noted for the
judicial
record. I've already addressed it.
Is that a judicial determination?
Sir, the record speaks for itself.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put a poll up. I'm going to ask this question. Yeah, because maybe you might not want to say it here, so just put on the poll. I'm going to put up a poll about gaslighting. Let's resume. Let me put up a poll.
Is that a judicial determination?
All right, I believe the jurors are coming out. All rise, please.
Are you going to answer that, Your Honor? Or is
No.
that a type of agreement?
I'm not going to.
You hear the nerve of this man? Are you going to answer my question? Who are you to talk to a judge like that? All right, let's get to the next clown show, ladies and gentlemen. Just give me a second while I set it up, and then I'm going to put a poll up after that.
When you spoke to the owner of the vehicle, that's who gave me the information. My mother gave me the information of this. I had no knowledge until she told me. And that's how I came into the information. And she was the one that said, I'm going to send you all the information that you need.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this clip that you're watching here, I have to go to clips and watch a second so I can remember what happened. In this clip, he's grasping for straws right now. He's doing everything he can, and he got his mama, the enabler, to help him out. So I guess his mother done sent him some sort of paper saying that the car was a recall. So now he's trying to blame on the car. So the car was malfunctioned, and it did all this, and it drove through the crowd, and it killed these people right here. This is what he's trying to say. Because the car was, no. There was nothing wrong with the brakes. They tested the car. You could have stopped. And if anybody watched the trial, and there's pictures of him driving through, hitting people, and he didn't care. He was just smiling. Like if he was bowling ball. You know, like you know how you go bowling, and you're so happy you get all the pegs. You're like, yeah. That's how he was hitting human beings. God rest y'all souls. And prayers to your family. Prayers to your family. Because this shouldn't have been your time. And this little boy right here, this little angel, this little boy, lost his life. Lord have mercy. All right, let's get back to the clown show.
So you can present it to the court. So
I understand that, sir, but your request is not timely. So you have had this information for quite some time, either through counsel.
I did not have it for quite some time.
Let me make my record, either through counsel.
It was just told to me.
That's not what I'm saying. You've had the information about this report for quite some time, either through prior counsel or through all of the discovery that was turned over to you when you took over your representation of your own case. The fact that you have now learned this, it's a little bit too late. And I understand that may seem fair to you, but even when I consider the information that you're providing to me, it's speculative on your part as to whether there's any impact on this particular vehicle because of the inspection that was done. And you had a full and fair opportunity to cross-examine the inspector about information that was readily obtainable and researchable by you prior to the time that you cross-examined this witness.
It was not readily available for me to expect at the time. I don't have access to the internet. So how would I be able to?
Mr. Brooks, you're telling me your mother had that information.
No, I'm telling you, she just told me this information. I have the phone calls to prove it.
I understand that. I'm denying the request, sir.
And I would like a.
So that's my decision.
I object to that, Your Honor.
I understand. I've made my decision. I expect that you respect the decision, at least, as we're not going to debate it further.
Yes.
I now have the ICF, the one from the state to be provided to the state. Madam Clerk, I just gave that to you. All right, so Mr. Brooks,
I respectfully object, Your Honor, and request the legal reconsideration of your ruling, Your Honor.
It's denied. The request for reconsideration is denied. There's no legal basis for me to do that
I
at this point.
respectfully reject that ruling and take exception to that ruling, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Brooks, we need to keep going.
For the record, may I request a legal or factual basis for your ruling, Your Honor?
I provided an oral ruling today. The record stands, sir.
For the record, may I respectfully request a written judicial finding of facts and conclusion of law on this issue?
Your request is denied.
For the record, may I respectfully move for an interlocutory declaratory appeal of this matter?
I wouldn't be the one you would make that request to, sir, so I can't
For the record, may I
answer that
move
yes
to
or
stay
no.
these proceedings until the instant matter is adjudicated by a court of competent jurisdiction?
The request is denied.
Based on what law or fact, Your Honor?
The request is denied.
Based on what law or fact, Your Honor?
Any other requests, sir? I'd like to move on.
Based on what law?
There's no
or
legal
fact?
basis that you've stated for me to do that, sir.
There has been, Your Honor.
The request is denied. The request is not a proper motion. There's no legal support for the motion. There's no factual support for the motion, so it's denied.
For the record, it appears that this court is acting in contempt of the law, Your Honor. Can you show me how or where this court is following the law of respecting this matter?
That's a very vague statement, sir. There's no legal relief that you're claiming. There's no motion before the court based in law or fact, so this court cannot address that last statement of yours.
Your Honor, with all due respect, I would like a motion for finding a fact.
Denied.
Under what law and fact?
I made an oral ruling, sir. There's no requirement I do so in writing.
So you're denying a legal, you're denying a motion for finding a fact?
I am.
So how do I know what you're doing is legal, Your Honor?
All right, Mr. Brooks, we're going to move forward. At this time, I want to...
How do I know that this is legal, Your Honor? Can you show me that it's legal?
Mr. Brooks, we're moving forward. So your request is denied.
It doesn't seem like
Mr. Brooks, I need to give you some advisements, and I'd ask that you stop interrupting me.
I don't need your advice.
No, I have to give you advisements, sir, regarding your right to testify.
Oh my gosh, I'm cracking up. I have to look on the other page to see it. Did y'all put a bunch of raid roaches up here? I am so done. It won't come up when I press the click, but I see it in the chat box. Kay and Susie Q, y'all just wrong. You're just so wrong, but I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's resume. Kay and Susie Q going in. Resume.
I need to do your job without prejudice and without bias.
Mr. Brooks has now interrupted me multiple times. He's failing to respect the court's oral rulings here today. It's something that he's done repeatedly throughout this trial. Mr. Brooks, I need to go through some advisements. Unless you have a witness to immediately call, I need to go through this particular discussion on the record with you regarding your right to testify. Do you have a witness to call, sir?
You don't need to go do anything with me on record.
Actually, I do so, sir. That is required by law.
Actually, you don't. You need to do your job as a public servant.
Mr. Brooks,
and honor the oath that you
I
took,
need to go
Your
through
Honor.
these advisements, and if you're going to keep interrupting me, you will forfeit your right to be present, and you
So
will
you're
be
holding me in
removed to
contempt
the next courtroom so that I can properly go through these advisements
And
without
I
being
still-
interrupted.
And I still don't have to answer. I still don't have to answer whether I'm in this court or not. So you're holding me in contempt yet again.
Mr. Brooks, I've not held you in contempt. I've found that you have forfeited your right to be present by your conduct, which is one of the options available to this court under Illinois versus Allen, under State versus Vaughn. It's also referenced in State versus Anthony. So I am going to keep going, sir, despite your protestations.
Your Honor, with
I
all
need
due
you
respect, in
to
Illinois
not
versus
interrupt
Allen,
me.
in
This is
Illinois
another
versus-
interruption.
In Illinois versus Allen.
Mr. Brooks,
do
I'm
they
not
say-
going to have a debate with you on
I'm
the
not
meaning
trying
of
to have a
Illinois
debate.
versus
I'm not
Allen.
trying to have a debate.
You
I'm
are
merely
advised
trying
that
to
it
understand
continued.
Illinois versus Allen.
Mr. Brooks, you are advised that continued interruptions will result in you forfeiting your right to be present during this next phase of the trial.
Okay, but you saying that I'm
I've said
forfeiting
that
my
multiple
right.
times.
You
I've
saying-
given you multiple
You're
opportunities to
holding
stop
me in
interrupting
contempt.
me.
You're holding me in contempt.
Mr. Brooks,
By
I'm not holding
removing
you
me
in
from the
contempt for
courtroom.
the second time here, and I've
Your
also
Honor,
repeated that.
Your Honor,
He's
with all-
interrupting me yet again.
with
Mr.
all
Brooks, I
respect-
need you to stop talking.
With all respect, in Illinois versus Allen.
All right, Mr. Brooks continues to want to debate with me the meaning of Illinois versus Allen. It is a clear indication to this
I'm
court
trying to
that
understand,
he
Your Honor.
wants to disrupt these proceedings, even
That's
in
not
a
true.
mild manner, tone
That's
of
not
voice.
true.
I've
I'm
reminded
seeking
him
to
repeatedly
understand, Your
regarding
Honor,
the standards
because
of
it
order and
doesn't.
civility, and one of the
Illinois doesn't.
bedrocks is that he
Illinois
not
versus
interrupt.
Allen does not state.
All right, I'm going to
that-
remove him to the next courtroom so that I can go through
It does
proper
not state-
advisements with him without being interrupted.
It does not
Clear the
state
courtroom
that
and
you
we'll
can be
resume
present from
once he
cameras.
is over there. Again, I'll
It
make
doesn't
the
state that
appropriate
you can be
findings when
present
he is
from
there.
cameras, or that you could be.
Yes, we're off the record.
You see how this clown just does not shut up. Kay says something. Says, got the judge sipping from her cup on the job. I know she probably got herself some sort of hidden bottle in her desk or something dealing with this clown. Okay. Alright, what did, Susie Q says, he is really stressing that, oh yes. And you see her body language, the way she's acting, he's loving it. That's why he's doing it. That's what these narcissists, that's why I say when you in a relationship, you deal with a narcissist or sociopath, the best advice I can give you is no contact. Extremely none at all. And I feel sorry for the ones that you have a child with these monsters. But there's a way you can avoid them. It's called gray rocking. And you have to do it. Because if not, they're just going to use and abuse you for years. Alright, we're going to go on to the next one. Just give me a second to find the next clip, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the music. Wait. Alright, just give me a second.
This is a cape. Logical understanding.
Brooks, the only way I will honor that request is if you specifically waive your right to do so. Without that, that's not a convenience for you over there. It's you go over there when you frankly demand removal under Illinois versus Allen.
Demand anything.
No, your conduct did. So
My
you can
conduct
sit.
didn't demand anything either.
Right, Mr. Brooks,
You
please
keep
sit
changing-
down.
you keep
And
changing
I'm
the
going to continue
jurisdiction.
with my sentencing remarks.
You keep changing the jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is subject matter jurisdiction that has yet to be proven on the record. In
Mr.
that court
Brooks?
and in this one.
Please sit down.
I would like to go back to the other court.
It's not a courtesy to you. If you'd like to specifically waive your right to be physically present, then I will entertain that. Otherwise, you need to sit
I
down.
never waived the right to not be present.
That's
I
because
had
you
to-
forfeited your right
I
to be
didn't
present by
forfeit anything, Your
conduct.
Honor.
You're
I
now
wrote-
back in this courtroom.
Your Honor, I wrote 3. I did what you asked me to do.
You never once pledged to me, sir, that
No.
you would not interrupt, and
You-
you're demonstrating by being here that you continue to interrupt.
Man, I ain't trying to hear all that because at the end of the day, I did what you asked me to do. You told the bailiff to tell
Mr.
me.
Brooks, this is not a debate.
You told the bailiff to
It's
tell me
not
that
a
I had
debate.
to
You
write.
asked to come over here, and I honored
Well,
that, and I brought you
exercised my
back.
right 3 times. I shouldn't have had to do it 3 times.
None of those opportunities that you wrote to me said, I pledge to not interrupt.
I never had to do
Judge
that before. You've never required that before.
Doral. That is actually not true, sir.
You've never required that before. Every single time that I've been brought over there, after some time, sometimes very
One
short,
have the
sometimes
Vaseline's
an
working on.
extended
Mr.
period
Brooks,
of time.
you are just simply trying to delay the
I'm-
inevitable. Please sit
I
down.
don't care about the inevitable. It was
I need
already
to
written
get
from day
through
one
this
what was going to
hearing.
happen. It doesn't make me lose any sleep about that. I know I'm okay. I'm okay with everything.
Then please
I just
sit
wanna
down.
I just want to be treated fairly, which I have
Please.
not been.
Please sit down.
And then Your Honor, and then you
Mr.
always make it seem
this is
like
not a
you always
debate.
make it seem like it's some type of aim, and it's not.
Please sit down.
We're talking about constitutional rights. You just told me, or you told the bailiff to tell me that I had to exercise a right that I should already have. I did that. Not once, not twice, 3 times. And it still wasn't honored. And then I raised
Snapping
this
his
sign.
neck like a little girl.
I'm
Mr.
waving
Brooks,
this for like 20 minutes,
you're-
saying I would want to come back. I'm doing this.
You're
Hey,
here now.
Can I come back? Can I come back? Can
So
I come
sit
back?
down.
It wasn't honored. And then I
So I
said,
can
okay,
finish.
I'll write this, and I'll see if Your Honor can see it on the screen. The objection sign saying,
Mr.
I've
Brooks,
exercised my right
if
to
you
be present.
stop for a
May I have
minute,
the order of the court?
I'll explain it, but you have to stop so I can explain it.
Your Honor, I did what you asked me to do.
Actually not.
Yes.
Let me explain
And
if you would like.
If I didn't, Your Honor, if I did not do what you asked me to do, then why was I allowed to come back if I did not do what you asked me
Because I'm frankly going to a very distinct portion of this hearing where I am going to impose sentence.
Okay, that doesn't
and
answer
that
the question, though, Your Honor.
matters.
That doesn't answer the question.
Please sit down
Wait.
and I will explain and
Your
remain
Honor,
quiet
with all
without
due-
interrupting me.
With all due respect.
That doesn't mean you're respecting me, so please sit down.
With all due respect, you told the bailiff when I first said, because every time that I've been brought over there in the past,
Mr. Brooks,
you always stated,
I don't need a history
you always
lesson of
stated
what I've done.
that when I exercise my right to be present,
Untrue.
you
Untrue.
always said, we
Untrue.
have the record. We have the record. We can dig into the record.
Mr. Brooks,
I know what the requirement was of me going over there. You've always stated on the record that when I exercise my right to be present, you will bring me back if I will follow the rules of decorum. That's your exact words, which you said every time.
which you're
I've never-
demonstrating
I've
right now
never
that you
had-
have absolutely
Your
no
Honor,
ability to do.
With all due respect, I've never had to go through any type of certain words that needed to be said or stressed or anything like that before. I've always done it the way that you've asked me to do it. No different than today when I told the bailiff I would like to be present. You told the bailiff if he wants to be present, he has to put it in writing.
And pledge to me that you will not interrupt me
I put it in writing.
without a pledge.
So why am I here?
Because I'm going to move on to another phase of this hearing, and I thought it important that you be here in person.
So I was here.
But you didn't reclaim your right to be back here.
Then why am I here
am
then, Your Honor?
allowing it to
Okay,
happen.
and I respect that you're allowing it, but still, it doesn't answer the question, though, Your Honor. It does not answer the question.
Mr. Brooks.
Your Honor, as a
Mr.
public
Brooks.
servant, I have the right to ask questions
Sir,
of Your Honor.
I'm going to ask you one more time, and if you refuse to sit down, then you are in direct disobedience of a court order. Sit down and be quiet so I can make the appropriate record.
Can you tell me what the
All
court
right,
order
he's
is?
not going to obey. He's now
I
forfeited
didn't
his
say
right
I
to be
wasn't gonna
present.
obey.
He will go into the
I
other
didn't say I
courtroom.
wasn't going to obey.
We'll
I
be in
just asked
recess
what is the
until he's
order.
there.
I just asked what is the order. I didn't
Okay, Leja, I have 2 more clips to show you. All right, let's get into the next clip. Enjoy the music while you wait.
You are not
I'm
being
speaking
respectful
this
to
paperwork
this
by you,
proceeding
Your
or to
Honor, with
this
all
jury.
respect.
No,
With
it's
all
not.
due
With all due
respect.
respect,
With all
stating
due
that doesn't
respect,
make it
I was getting
respectful.
this paperwork by you.
Mr.
from
Brooks,
Monica Paz.
stop talking
It's
till the
hurt the
jury
court.
is out.
The case of Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks became a must-see trial of 2022 as presiding judge Jennifer Doro went head-to-head with defendant Darrell Brooks.
Mr. Brooks, listen to me, please. I'm going to ask this question one more time.
Man,
It calls for
I don't
a
like
yes or
I don't
no.
like your tone and the way you're talking to
It-
me. I don't.
Mr.
I don't
Brooks,
appreciate it.
Sit down. I don't care if you
No,
don't like my
I'm not
tone.
gonna-
You've
I'm
been
not gonna
pushing my
sit down.
buttons all day throughout this entire
Okay, you
trial.
can push-
Thousands of viewers watched Law and Crime Network's gavel-to-gavel coverage of the case, where Brooks elected to represent himself in the trial. He was ejected from the courtroom multiple times after refusing to answer Judge Doro's questions or continually interrupting her.
Well, then
Outbursts
remove me if
and
that's
your-
what you want to do. Remove me then.
I don't want to do it, sir. I
Obviously
want
you
in this
do.
courtroom.
Obviously you do. You brought it up before we can even get to.
All right. Mr. Brooks has forfeited his right to be present in this courtroom for the remainder of this witness.
Judge Doro's response to Brooks throughout the case made her a national name, and since the trial began, she has received support from across the country and world. The Waukesha Clerk of Courts has received letters, phone calls, emails, and even a telegram addressed to Judge Doro, praising her for keeping her composure.
This music goes perfect with it. Okay, I wanted to get into this one. Do y'all see the guy that's in the back? See this guy right here, the brother in the back? All right. The reason why I'm bringing it to attention, because I noticed he was all the time at the trial. He always sit in that same seat. And someone had sent me a video, but I don't know if I can use it. I didn't, do commentary. But he was a Darrell Brooks supporter. He was a big time supporter. Hey, I mean, you can support who you want. I mean, it's who of us the judge. You do you. But he was a big supporter. I didn't know that because I remember seeing him all the time in court. He's always there at that same seat. I didn't know, but he was there to support Darrell Brooks. Sewer rat. Interesting. Just wanted to share that with you. Let's get back to the clown show.
During a stressful trial.
All right, I need to take a break. This man right now is having a stare down with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared.
40-year-old Darrell Brooks was convicted on all 76 charges last week, stemming from the deadly Waukesha parade crash last November. Brooks drove an SUV into the holiday parade, killing 6 people and injuring dozens more. He gained national attention after electing to represent himself just days before jury selection began. Brooks also made waves after claiming he is a sovereign citizen who does not respond to the name Darrell Brooks.
All right, Mr. Brooks, you are well aware that the reason
consent to being
documents
called that
are
name.
being put on the
I don't consent to being
stand.
called that name.
As trial watchers were glued to the case's live stream, Judge Doro developed devoted fans, thanking her for being patient and competent.
Am I muted?
No.
I just told you, I don't know how many times, I can't hear everything you say.
Then you should put the
What about
headphones
that
on.
Don't you understand? What about that don't you understand? Do you see headphones? You can see everything. You can see boxes. But do you see headphones?
Have you asked for headphones to be provided, sir?
I should have to ask for them. I asked for my boxes to be moved.
I believe they took them away previously because you were so agitated they were perhaps afraid you might break
Yeah,
them.
I'm still agitated. I ain't gonna stop being agitated.
One letter she received reads in part, quote, "I just want to say you're a freaking saint." And later, quote, "I'm sending you a virtual bouquet and massage and wine." Amidst the fan mail flurry, Judge Doro also received physical bouquets, edible arrangements, wine, and gift cards for massages.
Mr. Brooks,
Come on, man. Stop.
when you
Stop
are
it.
you aren't
Stop
even
it.
letting
You're a
me
public
ask the
servant, Your Honor.
question.
I respect your courtroom. I
You
respect you. You're a public servant, though. Your job is to be the referee.
The letters were released after a public records request brought on by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. The letters from more than a dozen states were not sent to Judge Doro. Instead, they have been quarantined by the clerk of circuit court, so the judge will not see them as part of Brooks's case.
Can you do that?
Have I acted in dishonor, Your Honor?
Mr. Brooks, I very expressly warned you.
Have I acted in dishonor?
You have disobeyed a direct order from this court.
Judge Doro is due back in court on November 15th and 16th for Brooks's sentencing hearing. Brooks faces 6 consecutive life sentences plus nearly 860 years for all 76 convictions. For the latest developments in this story and all things true crime, stay with Long Crime Network. I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Okay, I have a last clip here. Let's get into it. What Melvia said, things done. Listen to the music. I want popcorn and cotton candy. That's right, cotton candy. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's this will be the last clip. It was a certain clip I wanted to show you, but I'll do it the next one. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do a 3-part on this because there's so much to cover. All right, enjoy the music while I set up the next clip. Oh, wait a minute, I don't think I want to use that one. Okay, yes, I want to use that one. Ooh, Surratt showed his butt on this video. Well, he showed it all the time, but I want to show when he built that little fortress around.
I'm gonna mute him.
Okay. All right, get a load of this one. This is interesting.
Do you have any requests
First of all,
related to the jury instructions, sir?
Man, yeah, I got requests. It ain't like they gonna be honored though.
As it relates to the jury instructions, sir, what are your...
I heard what the hell you said, man.
Well, Mr. Brooks, that was very disrespectful.
Yeah, and I've been getting disrespected since the beginning of this whole process. So welcome to the club.
Mr. Brooks,
he
do you have any requests?
I'm tired of my race being trampled on here too. I'm tired of it too.
Do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions?
Ain't nobody understand why I'm frustrated. How you gonna sit up here and make decisions based on what you think I said when I didn't give consent for you to do any such thing?
Sir, I understand you may be upset, and I really do, but I've made my determinations.
You don't understand nothing. You don't understand anything, Your Honor. You don't.
I'm going to mute him again because he's not answering the questions that I'm very clearly asking him, and I've given him 5 opportunities. Mr. Brooks, do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions? I'll unmute you for that answer.
I can't hear everything you're saying.
Mr. Brooks, I know the audio's turned up. I believe you can hear me. You've chosen not to put the headphones on. That's your choice. My final question to you, do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions?
I just told you, am I muted? Am I muted?
No.
I just told you, I don't know how many times, I can't hear everything you said.
Then you should put the headphones on.
Don't you understand? What about that don't you understand? Did you see headphones? You can see everything. You can see boxes, but did you see headphones?
Have you asked for headphones to be provided, sir?
I shouldn't have to ask for them. I didn't ask for my boxes to be moved.
I believe they took them away previously because you were so agitated. They were perhaps afraid you might break them.
Yeah, I'm still agitated. I ain't gonna stop being agitated. That ain't gonna stop.
What Melvia says, I am sure that he acted like this at school and church. Yeah. And mommy was like, it's okay. He's just being him. He just, just having a moment. What a shame. Resume.
You sit up here and do everything you're doing and think God don't see what you're doing? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Mr. Brooks, do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions?
I can hear what you're saying. I can hear what you're saying.
You just told me you didn't. So which one is
Yeah,
it?
I got the headphones on. You can't see that?
What are your requests as it relates? What are your requests as it relates to the jury instructions, sir?
Man, don't try to come with this whole little image of sir. Now it's all this sir and all this. I'm gonna get where I'm going. trying to put on this little act like you so worried about what's going on with me. You don't give a damn. Never did.
Mr. Brooks, you're being disrespectful again.
You've been being disrespectful. You've been being disrespectful.
I need to know what your position is regarding the jury instructions. And I need to know it now.
What you mean? Who you talking to?
I'm talking to you. I need to know whether you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions, sir.
Yeah, first of all, why am I charged with 2 bail jumpings when I was already charged in Milwaukee for the same bail jumping? That's double jeopardy.
That's not double jeopardy. Your objection is noted. It's
double
overruled.
It is double jeopardy. How you gonna charge me with the same charge that I'm already charged with? You can't do that. The Fifth Amendment says that you can't place somebody in jeopardy of life and limb. Twice. I'm already charged with the same count in Milwaukee. For the same case. It's the same bail jumping charge. So how am I charged with that here?
Sir, I'm not going to provide a legal explanation other than to say I've reviewed that. Your objection is noted, but the jury will be instructed regarding the bail jumping.
It can't be because that's double jeopardy. Under the law, if two charges are identical in nature, you cannot place me in jeopardy of life and limb twice. You can't do that.
What's your next?
The same case number.
What's your next request, sir? I'm noting your objection.
I'm trying to talk. Can I get it out? You always want me to not interrupt you, but you always find a way to talk over me.
I understand your position.
See, this is what these narc-sociopaths do. They try to confuse you by talking loud and over you to confuse your mind. You don't know what's happening, and then you'll start stumbling and stuttering over your words, and you're like, oh, okay, and stuff. But it's not going to work on this judge. That's what he was trying to do, because now he's in panic mode. He realized his BS is not going to work. It's not going to work. Let's get back to it.
I'm saying it's overruled.
You always want respect, but don't want to give it. I'm charged with the same bail jumping charge here.
I'm sorry. You getting a lot of respect. Wouldn't be me.
That is double jeopardy. You can't charge me for the same exact bail jumping that I'm already charged with, that I was charged with before this even came about.
Sir, the bail jumping charges in Waukesha County are based upon your violating your bail while in Waukesha County by driving through the Christmas parade and allegedly killing 6 people and injuring 61 others. If the bailiff could confirm, well, he put him on top, he put him on the floor. That's his right. They're not in front of him, but it's by his own conduct that he's done that. The record.
Rusty, I just stumbled and found the video. All right, we're going to find it. This is the most, it was so many things on this court, but this one here was it. I hope this is the one. I hope it's the one. Yeah, when he built that fort. This man is a fool. He's a fool. I found it. All right, let's get back. Let me start from the beginning of the clown show. All right. Now, let's watch this clown. Let's look at him. Let's get it.
If the bailiff could confirm, well, he put him on top, he put him on the floor. That's his right. They're not in front of him, but it's by his own conduct that he's done that. The record should reflect Mr. Brooks is muted because he wants to continue to debate with this court about my prior rulings regarding his forfeiture by conduct of his right to present further evidence on his behalf. I know one of the things I probably need to look at, I'm not sure if Madam Clerk did this or not, would be the language from the amendment from the amended information on count 70. No, I don't want to do that. What are you doing? I changed. Hold on.
Look at this clown. Look at him. Look what
70
he's getting ready to do.
6. The 76 count. Just want to make. It says near Frame Park, so it is in there. But that was just one question I had. All right. So, state have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions?
I'm just going through each one. I'm on page 50 of 107. Everything's looking great so far.
Okay. Fair enough. There's 107 pages. I certainly can give the parties some time to continue to read through them.
Ooh, Sewer Rat is mad. He mad. Look at, he got the boxes in front of him and he's still going off. Do you see it? Do y'all see this? Do you see this?
Mr. Brooks is requesting to go back to his cell. At this point, I'm going to deny that request. He can remain in the other courtroom.
Oh, you want to go back to his cell to your lover? He is so mad. Just look at this clown. Look at him. What Rusty said? Peekaboo. We see you, you fool. Look how he won't stop. This won't. Did this fool really build a fort? Yes, he did. Kay, you can't make this stuff up. Yes, he did. Just look at him. And he's going off, Kay. He just won't stop.
I know he's muted, but I can certainly hear him from this side. He appears to be yelling at the top of his lungs. I can't decipher what he's yelling.
Exactly, Rusty. Her eyes is not lying. He just won't stop. I just got one clip after this. It's a short one. I have to show it. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is insane. This is insane. Okay, back to the music. Give me a second to show the last clip. Oh, so sad. Wait a minute. Gotta find it. Oh, this was a very interesting one. He wants to talk about the Bible. The Bible. The Bible. Yes, the Bible. All right. Let's see if he got a sermon. The good book, the Bible. All right. Oh, before I get into this last one, let me just read the poll. So hopefully everybody hopefully everybody voted. Well, we only got 9 votes. I don't know why. There's more people here. But okay, I'll read it. Have you ever been in a relationship with a person that gaslights you often? Oh, 56% says, oh yes, Donna. 33% says, no, never had. And 11% says, yes, my parents. Oh yes, parents can do this. Oh yes, they can. And 0%, I'm currently going through it. So that's good. Nobody here is currently going through it. Somebody picked that one. But yes, parents can. Yes. Oh yeah, I can get into a topic about with parents, the dynamics. Yep. Okay, let's get back to the clown show. All right, now we're going to focus on, he's talking about, it's not just a book. It's the book. The Bible, Judge. The Bible. Clown.
Mr. Brooks, do you have any position on that? I am unmuting you. I would note he takes the headphones on and off throughout. He doesn't have them on. He's looking at a book.
I wish you would stop saying book. I'm looking at the Bible. Thank you. It's not just a book. It's the book.
Can't disagree with you there, sir.
Yeah. How many people actually live by it, though? Anyway.
Sir, I'm contemplating putting an hour time limit on closing arguments.
I ain't doing no closing argument tomorrow.
The closing arguments will most likely be tomorrow.
I'm not doing it tomorrow.
Then you'll forfeit your right to give one, sir, because as
You can't force me. You can't force me not. What type of court is this where you can say you're gonna force somebody not to be able to give a closing argument? How's that lawful
sir,
law?
if you choose not to give one,
how's that lawful law?
sir, if you choose not to give one, you're not letting me finish, and you're mocking me right now, which is incredibly disrespectful once again.
Okay,
You didn't even let me get my sentence out.
You always want to make a incorrect record. Go ahead, make your incorrect record. Go ahead.
I'll mute him once again because clearly he just wants to be disruptive this afternoon. But as we have been talking about over the course of the last, 10, 15 minutes, talking about the timing of everything tomorrow, even though I have 107 pages of jury instructions, the first 73, I think, deal with what is read prior to closing arguments. That means the parties should be prepared to give their closing arguments tomorrow afternoon. I will do my very best with just one mid-morning break to get through all of these, the first part of the instructions. Then the state will give its closing argument. I'm giving the parties 1 hour each. I think that's reasonable under the circumstances. Whatever the state doesn't use in its initial time of closing arguments, it can reserve for rebuttal. But then following the state, we may need to take a break of some sorts, probably before the defendant goes, just for the jury's sake and the party's sake. We will need a comfort break. But you should be prepared to go tomorrow afternoon. Then the state, if they have any rebuttal, will get up within that time limit. I will, myself, and I'll have my clerk make sure we accurately.
Rusty said the one that when he takes his shirt off, I wish I could find that real quick. Gosh, I can't. All right, let me go back. It was a comment. It said, Susie says, I've never seen anything like this. Yeah, it was some. And another one who's a fool, Ronnie O'Neal. I'm going to try to get, whenever I get a chance, I want to go back to Ronnie O'Neal's trial because I didn't get a chance to watch. I didn't know the dynamics of what was happening in Ronnie O'Neal's trial. But I want to watch that trial when I get it together. I want to do commentary on that one. That's another fool that represented himself. Oh, yeah, he a fool. But we focus on Sorat right now. All right, it was something else. There was a comment here. Oh, okay, Kay said, my students have better decorum than this grown clown. Exactly. Exactly. I think, all right, and Rusty says, thought that you was going to show him when he ripped off his clothes. Yeah, I'm going to do it the next one, because I'm planning to do 2 more. You know, it's his anniversary, so I'm going to do recaps of this one. So I was showing, I can't seem to find that one right now. I don't want to hold y'all forever, but I definitely, yes, Kay, he showed himself. He ripped his shirt off. Right there in the courtroom. He don't care. All right, what else? Okay, we watched this trial from the start to finish. I have never seen anything like this. We all saw. It's insane. And that Ronnie O'Neal trial is another one that's insane. But what I'm trying to understand between Ronnie O'Neal's trial and Sorat had to stay in his place. I guess they had his, maybe ankles or whatever, handcuffed or whatever to the seats, but, not his hands. But Ronnie O'Neal was walking around the courtroom. But, every state is different with their laws. Everybody's different. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Jack, do you have a closing thought you want to have? Do you? Guess not. All right, so that's just the end of it. So stay tuned for some more.
Just, he just need to learn how to run.
Oh, so let me change. Let me make sure. I want people to. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying that. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so that's just the end of that one. This trial, it happened last year. This is the anniversary, so I'm just doing recaps. So stay tuned for some more. All right, what Rusty says here? Let's not forget the suitcase kill. I just every time we turn around, Rusty, he just right. I heard that she has been through a few lawyers, and she's arguing with the lawyers. She's calling them all kind of names. I mean, really, you put him in a suitcase, really, really, and then you videotaped it. I don't even know when this trial's gonna happen. Every time I turn around, she's writing letters. She's writing letters. Lawyers are just leaving, leaving, leaving. And do you blame them? You nobody want to represent somebody you sitting there insulting them all the time. Yes, Susie Q. He took off his shirt. Lord have mercy, if I can find it. I'll do it for the next one. I don't think I can find it now. Let me see. All right, y'all, just enjoy the music. Let me see if I can find that shirt ripping. Maybe it's on the playlist. Don't know which one it was. You know what? I'm gonna have you forever here. I'm gonna have to look it up another way. All right, so just stay tuned. Yeah, let me stay tuned for part two. Stay tuned for part two, and then I'll show the when he took off his shirt. And also in part two, I'm gonna focus on Erica Patterson when she was on the stand. That's his ex-girlfriend. Yep. So we're gonna focus on that one. And then the next one of the anniversary, the third one, is gonna be Mama and Grandma, the enablers. Yes, the enablers. Rusty says, me either. I'm lost when it comes to her. Yeah, I don't even know. Every time you turn around, it says it's gonna be his trial date. It's not happening, whatever. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait a minute. We're supposed to be doing prayer. Let me get off this music. Okay. Okay. Now, everybody just prayer and a moment of silence, okay? So we're gonna start off with all right. Let me get into it. First we're gonna start off with Joshua. All right. God, please bless Joshua. Help him to, help him and guide him that things will get better for him. And he'd be able to move out the place that he's at and have a better home, have a good life that he deserves. To help him with him and only bring positive, good people around him. And also prayers to the people that, that died in Maine. I don't know too much about the stories, but prayers for them and prayers, for their family who lost someone in Maine. So sad. All right. So everybody had this as a blessed night and a safe night. And stay tuned for some more of Donna Just Being Real. And I'll be doing commentary on Saturday. I'm going to continue Sewer Rap probably Monday. I would do a Sunday, but it's football, so I like watch football, so I'm not going to be doing Sunday. So I'll do Monday some more of Sewer Rap. And then also I would like everybody stay tuned for Saturday. Saturday I have relationship topic. This crazy list that's going around. Where women said don't take a woman on a first date and men saying the type of women not to date. Oh my gosh, it's just insane. But that'll be like Saturday afternoon, either 4 or 5 Eastern time. So stay tuned for that. Because I think that's going to be interesting. Let's have a little laughs about it because this list is insane. It's insane. The early part of the trial, he took his. Yeah, I want to find that clip, but I'm gonna find it. Rusty, I'll find it. So next one, I'll start off with that clip, and then we're gonna get into Erica Patterson. Amen. Yes, amen. Amen to everybody. And may everybody have this was a blessed night and a good one. And thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging. And thank you for subscribing to the channel. And thank you to everybody who's been sending donations to the channel and blessings. I appreciate it. Have yourself a safe night and a blessed one. Stay tuned for some more of Donna Just Being Real. And don't forget, date smart, not thirsty. Stay away from these clowns like Surat. Good night, Lisa.